Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we are doing a global timeline update for November through the new year of 2024. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And I did mention a few videos ago when it came to this series here that I probably won't be doing anymore, but of course we find out that the global and the JP merge isn't going to happen till probably after the 9-year anniversary, closer to the worldwide celebration. So anyway, let's go ahead and start diving into what we expect for the rest of November and then throughout the beginning of 2024. So of course, right now we have started the LR Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku. And that celebration has started, which is going to lead into on November 9th, November 10th, depending on the time zone that you're in. We're going to get the EZA to Beerus. The big question then is what's part 2 going to provide for us, because November 14th, we know a part 2 is going to arrive. We just don't know what it is going to be. And being that we know that the celebration is going to end on 11/29, that's a perfect middle ground time to have a part 2. And that's the reason why a lot of people think a part 2 is going to arrive. Some people think that the upcoming superheroes is going to be kind of taking place of that, but that's not how it actually works, because the Super Dragon Ball Heroes collaboration worldwide celebration, it's its own kind of entity. It's always kind of with another celebration, but it's separate from the current celebration that it's on, which it would be the Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku in this case scenario. So keep that in mind. It's a blue coin banner, by the way. It's nothing like a Dokkan Fest. It's just something extra that we get pretty hyped about. And then unfortunately when we see the units, it's like, oh, we can only use it with Super Dragon Ball Heroes units on there. Hopefully this year is different. Hopefully we can use some of these characters outside of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, primarily the black and blue Vegeta. I would love for that to be relevant. And then we'll see what the EZAs can do as well. So now going back to November 14th, that specific date there, that is going to be very interesting of what the options they can actually do for November 14th. So really they have the 3 options to drop somewhat of a banner, right? So we know the buy 3 get one free is only a rotational. It's not a date. So the banner for LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku actually runs until the end of the celebration, 11/29. So we know that. So the other options is having an additional banner in part 2, and really there's 3 options for it, right? They can slide in the Trunks, which wouldn't make any sense because it's not really a part of the celebration. It's its own Dokkan Fest celebration. So I probably think that's not going to happen, but it is an option, right? They just kind of slide this unit in here. They can of course provide the LR Omega Shenron, the Carnival featured, right? So we have that option. That's probably what most people are thinking it's going to happen. Or they can say, you know what, the Tanabata that normally happens in December, we're just going to slot this in this spot here, because that's what happened in JP. So if you guys don't remember, in the Tanabata celebration, the LR banner, the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR banner comes out, and then the thank you or the Tanabata banner comes right afterwards, like a week after. And in a sense, this is a little bit over a week after the celebration has started, but they could easily slot this in and say, okay, that's what we're going to do, and then bring all these other units down the road. So if they did that, right, if they ended up actually having the Tanabata banner become first and not wait until toward Christmas, right, which they've done recently, we're also then going to get the new orbs and a bunch of other events. It makes sense for them to do something like this and then lead into Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, a part of Super Dragon Ball Heroes and a part of part 2, we should also get the EZA to LR Baby, right? So that's what we should expect along with the EZA with Beerus on November 9th. We are going to get the EZA for Baby sometime around the same time when the banner drops for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So around that time, I'm just going to say the same time, right? It could be like the 22nd, it could be the 20th, it could be right before, it could be right after, it could be right on the dot on the 21st. So, and it's also going to be like the 20th or 21st, depending on the time zone that you're in. So, so if that's going to happen, then it doesn't it's tough for me to imagine this, because then it's kind of awkward that where are they going to actually position the Carnival, banner, because from the 21st and then a drop of an EZA LR banner, and then you have the Tanabana banner up, the celebration ends on the 29th, and we should expect the next celebration be Super Trunks. It has to be. We got to get Super Trunks out of here and get that completely done for global. It doesn't fit, right? It doesn't make any sense for Omega Shenron to kind of be kind of in the middle here, because that should be kind of a hype banner for people to summon on, right? So I don't think that might be the case, right? So this timeline kind of doesn't make any sense. So it makes a little bit more sense that Omega Shenron then becomes the November 14th banner, and again showing the orbs that we're going to get on the 14th as well in the part 2. Then that leads into Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which then leads into the EZA of Baby, and then you have November 29th would be the start of a new celebration, and then it has to be Trunks. The interesting thing is, well, if they did this, where does this lead to, right? Then is it the Tanabana banner right afterwards? Or are they going to then provide us a little bit more on, maybe middle of December, we get the Tanabana and then the introduction to 1718. Here's an interesting thing as well. There's this extra banner that came out on JP that kind of doesn't fit. I'm expecting that this banner actually ends up being our Christmas banner, and the Tanabana banner coming out a little bit earlier. Now, of course, this can actually switch, right? So this might come out like right after Trunks, like a little bit after Trunks, then the introduction of 1718, and then the Christmas banner being, as it always is, the Tanabana banner. That might happen as well, right? And again, that makes sense if they did it that way. But on top of that, I think Christmas is also it's also LR Ribrianne and the girls. Hey, what a great Christmas gift for global that is. Interesting if they do it this way, because they do, again, need to fast forward this. They need to squeeze celebrations in, and I think December they're going to squeeze the Trunks and then another Dokkan Festival celebration, and they generally do. Now, the interesting thing about this upcoming December leading into 2024 is last year, right? Oops, I'm sorry. So this was the summary here. I forgot. I'm going to do the summary. So November is going to look something like this. Then you have December that's going to look something like this. The last year was the first time that they, in a sense, had a worldwide celebration with Orange Piccolo and not Beast Gohan. And that was hype, right? And I think they go, wow, we had a spike in income. We had a spike in dollars because we combined JP and Global put together. And, albeit they also brought some amazing units. And, LROP is still like one of the top tier units, after a whole year here, or coming up on a year. And that's going to be very interesting what they're going to provide for us in the New Year celebration, because I think that's also going to be a worldwide celebration. Makes sense. They did last year. They saw the numbers. They saw that, hey, there's a lot of dollars coming in from that. Why not do it again this year? So I thoroughly expect another worldwide New Year celebration for the end of December leading into New Year's, because we all also know that New Year's is always going to be the step up banner as well. One of the best banners you can summon if you're a newer player, or or trying to pick up units that you weren't able to pick up, in the previous year. So that's what I'm excited about the most, right? Is what are the end of December units and the New Year units going to be while this step up banner is up as well? I think all eyes are thinking about, okay, are we going to get a new UI Goku? Are we going to get truly Beast Gohan? Are we going to get Blue Gogeta standalone and Full Power Broly standalone, right? There's a lot of options that Dokkan can do to really make the celebration extremely hype. So I think that end of December, beginning of 2024 in January is what everybody's going to be talking about, because really the rest of Global's November and December isn't all that hype, right? It's save a lot of Dragon Stones and then spend all of it in that New Year celebration. So that's kind of what it's going to look like here. Let me know in the comment section below if you disagree, agree, or say, okay, well, I think this banner is going to go here, this banner go there. You know, let me know in the comment section below. This is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm predicting here. I've been pretty good on my timeline. I've messed up a few times here and there, but ultimately my timeline has been pretty solid. So, but anyway, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time. Later.